We don't condone the use of any illegal substance or any illegal activity. This video is intended for instructional and educational purpose only. Watch at your own risk. Viewer discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In the garden where the green leaves sway, see bunnies rolling up, we light it our way. Mr. Guinness got the bombs, we puffin' all night. Talking cultivation, yeah, we're feeling alright. Light it up, feel the vibe, let it be known. Garden Cultivation Network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Shouting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night. Wednesday to Friday, we keep it alive. Cannabis talks, everybody's feeling high. Sharing secrets of the grow is a sacred art. In this cultivation game, you gotta play your part. Keep it real, keep it tight, watch the plants grow. Garden Cultivation Network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night.
What up, everybody? Happy Wednesday and welcome to the show. Miss Bunny is not here tonight. She is sick, hanging out with her sick kids. So, you guys all get to deal with me tonight. So, I hope you're ready. I ain't got nobody to keep me under wraps and make me behave. I don't got anybody to do that. So, it's just going to be me and Mr. Canacan tonight, chopping it up. So, might get interesting. But last week, what did we have last week? Last week, we had a no-show, so we won't talk too much about that. But Fridays are Show Your Grow, so we bring up people from the community to show their gardens and get to know them and see what they're doing, all the stuff, all the cool stuff that they're using and all their different gadgets and all that. So that's always fun. But yeah, our guest tonight, he's a good friend of the show. He's a good friend of mine. We were just talking in the background. We've known each other now for a few years, actually. We were just kind of going over that. Time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, he's been through a journey, and I cannot wait to dive into this. This is going to be exciting. So if he is ready, we're going to get ready to bring him on because we got a lot to talk about and a short time to do it. So here we go. Oh, the Don of Germination. How's it going,
What's
buddy?
up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It's been, I guess it hasn't been too long since you've been on. You were on a few months ago.
I was, and last time I was on, I was like hiding in a hole, dealing with a bunch of stuff, and I
You had a lot going on, though. You had
Yeah,
a
and I
lot going on
exploded
at
when
the
I was
time.
on here. I couldn't stop talking.
That's good, though. I like that.
I'm a little bit more relaxed this time around, so it should be fun. Too bad Bunny's
You've,
not here. Hope she feels better.
Yeah. I know she was saying that she wants to be here. She wishes she could be here, but you just got to take care of life. So we get it.
Yeah.
But I know nobody in the chat doesn't know who you are, but can you just
so
give a brief introduction and then we'll just dive right in.
Yeah, so I'm the inventor and founder of a brand called Cannakan. Canacan is a seed germination system that allows you to soak and germinate multiple varieties of seeds in a single canister. Works on convection. It's repeatable, reusable, and yeah, works great.
Beautiful. It does a lot of things. It does a lot of things for me. Keeps everything organized so I don't have 8 different containers. And I've told you this in the past. I don't even do the soak on there. I don't even get to that phase because it all happens before I get there. So I go from my soak right to the soil because I got roots this long already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
used it with,
skipped that whole.
yeah, I've used it without soaking too, but you know, I have a procedure that goes with the product, and You get to start at the top, so I might as well follow the rules. You know what I mean? So
For
I'm by
sure.
the book. I'm by the book, man.
You have to be though, because I mean, you're at trade shows, you're constantly talking to people, you're constantly explaining how this product works. So if you start cutting corners and skipping steps, you're going to start explaining it that way to people,
Yeah.
and then that's not the right way to do it. So
Well, that way, and the other thing too is the the process that I encourage people to use for the product. You know, chances are you have a lot of fresh seeds. You know what I mean? You're always getting new stock, so it's a good, safe way to not worry about what you're putting in there if they're a couple of years old or maybe not stored as well, or fresh seeds. It's textbook. Then there's no questions of did I do something wrong? You get the same
exactly,
repeatable results every time. So I encourage people
exactly.
to
It,
follow the instructions.
it works. Yeah, definitely. Always,
We got some
always
wild
follow the
shooters like
instructions.
you, but
Honestly, though, like when I am popping old seeds, I do follow it by the book
yeah, yeah,
because
cool,
I feel like they need that. You know what I mean?
right.
And I've had great luck with old seeds with the Cannacan. I know.
Likewise.
Um, Dr. Danknugs was talking the other day. He's got some seeds that are old that his boss gave him, and he's going to be trying to pop some of those. So keep telling him a Cannacan would definitely benefit him, but
Yeah.
he hasn't jumped on board yet. But hopefully he
Yeah,
does soon.
I know. I was doing some stuff with Mario Guzman, who's Shabinsky, and he's starting to germinate some old stocks, some like original gelatos, and I
Ooh,
had sent him like a nice humic acid and seaweed extract, which is really, really good for old like legacy seeds and stuff because they kind of bring back what they're missing, what they lose in time. So, yeah,
right.
there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with it. But yeah, it's
I mean,
textbook edition. So if you want, the best results, that's the way to do it.
most definitely. Now,
Well, that's cool, Thor.
obviously, you've germinated probably a million seeds in your
Yeah,
life, and that's why you came out with a product like this, was because you
right.
wanted something that was going to make it better for you in the beginning. What are some of the crazy techniques that you've done to get old seeds and stuff to pop before you had the Cannacan? Because I know there's a whole bunch of different techniques, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, scarification, nicking them. You know what I mean? The scarification, little tube of sandpaper, shaking it around,
Yeah,
trying to cut it back without damaging, the embryo with razor knives. Fingernail clippers. Tried it all. Little cracking them. Um,
surgery.
yeah, and
That's crazy.
something I find that does work out of all of that stuff is if you can nick them, but cannabis seeds are tough. They're so small that you also don't want to damage them, and that's why I'm working on a cool little humic acid and seaweed extract mix. So if you
Nice.
want to go to the next level, then you can do that.
Cool. I would. I'd be
Patience
interested in
too,
something like
patience too, because sometimes I fell into the trap too when I first started using it because, and it's not to toot my own horn, but it does germinate seeds super fast. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's pretty quick. I mean, yeah, and sometimes you put older seeds or not as fresh stock, or it may be. Sometimes it's not 2 days. Sometimes it's 3 5 days. So the other thing is
that. Right.
patience too, because I've put some off where like these aren't going to go, and I throw them off to the side, and then I go to clean it out like 4 days later, and they're like bean
And
sprouts in there.
there they are. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've
patience
had
is
that happen too, actually. Even with some newer seeds, I've had that happen before, where they just seem to take a little bit longer, and sometimes it is just an extra day or 2 days or whatever. I see peroxide in there. Definitely, I've used peroxide as
Yeah,
well
even
for sure.
even with legacy seeds, like I always use hydroperoxide. I always do. I always use distilled water.
Yeah,
Sometimes we have well water too, and I'll use that too. But even if I'm doing old seeds like testing with like legacy seeds or just old stored stuff, I'll always do a hydrogen peroxide bath first, like a soak for 10, 15 minutes, then flush it and then do that humic acid seaweed. But other than that, all my runs, I always use like 1 to 3%. You don't need more than that of hydrogen peroxide.
yeah, it's very little
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I almost always use it too. I just put a drop in the Cannacan with the water and off we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another oxygen molecule. You know what I mean? There's nothing harmful about it. It'll, kind of disinfect what's going on, get rid of little buggers, and then, like I said, it's just another oxygen molecule. So cool,
Yeah.
more oxygen, and it
Oh,
just
that's cool.
dissipates. So
So since the last time you've been here, you've been up to a lot. You've done, I don't even
I
know
just,
where to start with you.
I'm
You've
just,
done so much in the last little while. It's just like,
it is. I was just laughing because I don't usually look at the chat, but tonight I knew it was going to be relaxed. I'm looking. So Thurgood was asking if I had Germany because I have a big, massive display one for that I had in
right.
Vegas, a big can. It's like almost 2 feet wide, and no, I haven't germinated anything that yet. Maybe some avocado seeds.
Good. That's what
But
you'd have to
yeah,
use to make it look scale. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, a lot,
That's
lot
cool.
has been going on since the last time we talked, and especially all of last year. Last year was it looked like it was going to be a really tough year, but ended up being a victory year. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah.
tested in life, and you just got to keep pushing and fighting. So
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. I know you've been working with Matt from the Strange Show. He's got a trailer out for a documentary about you that he's
yeah, beyond
been
the
putting
product, which is
together,
pretty cool. Yeah,
and it's
pretty much a
absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen the trailer to this, and it's like it's
yeah.
good.
It gets really personal. I mean, he came here and he kind of dug deep and got deep inside. I think it's really cool that he found the my journey with what I've been going through interesting, and found it, and decided to document it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little strange to have something about you, but it's pretty cool. And he's a very talented storyteller, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And what I haven't seen it all either. I've seen what you've seen, and
Yeah,
yeah, the trailer that he came out with is it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's a great
yeah. It's,
representation of.
I recommend everybody watches it for sure. I can't wait till the whole thing comes out.
Yeah,
I know, like
likewise.
I know a lot about you, but I feel like there's always more that somebody else can get. You know what I mean? With that,
Yeah,
so I feel like with as much as I already do know about you, I feel like I will learn a lot by watching this. You know,
me
and
too.
like you said, you got super personal in this, and but for good reason though. Like you and I were just talking in the background, and um, you've made a lot of sacrifices over the years to get to where you are now.
Right.
So to hear that some of these sacrifices are now coming to an end, and you're now getting to the point where you're back spending time with family, you're back spending time with your friends, your normal real life is coming back, and you're now
Yeah.
able to enjoy the hard work that you've put in over the last few years. So it's great to hear.
Yeah. I think it's great to hear too, because like I was saying to you before, as you and I were texting yesterday, and I stopped and was like, oh wow, I'm like working with my son on a project again.
Yeah,
Like, back before Cannacan, I was like I told you, he'd have me with the sewing machine out making puppets and costumes. I made him a knight for the King Richard's Fair. So I've always been really involved, and it was tough to, kind of, not be available to him, the most important person in my life. So to this year's been really good. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, I'm starting to see my life back, and I'm able to, spend time with the family. We actually went out yesterday and got something to eat, and it's like, it's things you take for granted because it's been a while. Like I haven't done anything, so it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
It's the little things, right?
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
Those are the little things is what they remember when they grow up. You know what I
Sure.
mean? That's what I remember from when I was young was the little things. The things you don't even think about at the time, but later
Right.
on they're super important, you know? So,
And
no,
and,
I
and
think
I tried
that's
it, and because I haven't been on that side of it, but I've tried to include him in Cannakan in a sense too. So, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of um, time there, and it's been a juggling act, but I think I pulled it off right. He still talks to me, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and he knows a lot about what's going on. Him and I went out to lunch today, and we had a cool conversation. I got him up to speed on everything, and he stays engaged and he's interested. He's taken he's in 10th grade now. He's taking marketing in school and stuff. So it's pretty
Nice.
cool, man. So
Say, hey man, if you can keep your grade 10 kids' attention long enough to talk to you, you're doing something right.
right,
You know
yeah.
what I
So
mean? So,
I'm very fortunate too
my
because I have a pretty amazing son. I know everybody
yeah.
says that, but you'll meet him someday. I already told him as soon as he graduates from high school that summer, 2 months later,
We're
he'll
going
be
to
going over.
Canada.
He's going to Berlin and possibly Canada too. Hopefully by then
Hell
we are
yeah.
going. I had planned on going to Canada at the beginning of the year. It didn't work out that way, but we'll get there.
Hey man, I planned on going to the Grow Up conference at the beginning of the year too, and that didn't work out
Oh,
either.
you didn't
So
make it either? Okay. I don't feel so bad.
no, no, some things happened when they didn't really happen, but some things kind of happened with Hygrozyme, and
Yeah.
it didn't really go down. So.
Well,
But yeah, I was gonna go down there with Hygrozyme, but they're downsizing a lot and they're making some changes over there. So that didn't happen this year, unfortunately. But
we
it
always
is
have
what it
next
is.
year. And we have the rest of this year. I'm pretty optimistic this year. I'm pretty excited about what's to come, and yeah, thanks to Mo giving my life back.
Yeah, Mo, he was
Yeah,
supposed to be here too. But no, we get it. It's like what 3 o'clock
yeah.
in the
I
morning for
wish he was
him
here.
when this
I
show
wish,
starts.
yeah, I wish he was here. We'll get him on sometime. But I will say, man, he's working really hard. You know, he's pretty much handling the EU side of this, so that's quite the undertaking, and that's a big ask from me. And man, he's just crushing it. He's really crushing it over there. So
Yeah.
big props to Mo. You might not be here, but I got no hurt feelings, man. Go get your sleep. See you in the morning
Yeah, man, absolutely.
or his
Absolutely. And
afternoon.
I watched him on Good Pizza podcast with Daga, which was super, super cool to see.
Yeah, that was cool.
This
That was Mo's first time on a podcast, so pretty
which
good.
is hilarious. So he goes on Good Pizza podcast for his very first podcast to ever go on. Super
Right.
shy Mo hiding behind the camera. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
hiding
yeah.
out of the picture most of the time. You don't get to see him very often, but
No. But
then
he
he
did
shows
well. I
up
I
on.
I think he did really well. I could tell he was a little nervous and rubbing his legs, but I think he did really well. But I was just like at the end, I'm like, dude, you just left MJ BizCon. You didn't mention anything about it. He's like, dude, I was so nervous. But I think he did a really
That's
good
so funny.
job. I think he represented himself well. Most top notch, man. I couldn't ask for a better person to taking on the role that he is, and the trust I have in him. And dude, he's like my little brother now. You know what I mean? We speak just
Yeah.
about every day. And yeah, I love him. I can't wait to go to Germany this summer, and I'll go back to Austria and visit my new family over there.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. He's always been such a good man. Um, I didn't. I'm trying to think of how long I've known him for. It's been in a few years now for sure.
Well, you're the one that was the connection between him and I, so which was
Which I
pretty
just
neat.
learned. I just learned this
Yeah.
story. I had no idea until I watch him on the Good Pizza podcast, and then he brings up my name. I'm like, what did he just say? So he tells the story, and I was like, I messaged him right away. I was like, dude, I had no idea. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, man, I promise you. So I guess Mo had seen a post of mine with the Canacan, and that was the first time he ever saw the Canacan. And then next thing you know, Don and Mo are brothers. They're homies doing their thing. So super cool. Oh, did you freeze? Or did I freeze? I think Dawn froze. Well, hopefully he'll be back. He's having some technical difficulties. We'll give him a second. Here, we'll do this. We'll give him a second to come back. But yeah, Don's a super cool dude, man. I've known him for a few years now, and Mo went and talked about that story of how he met Don, and I had no idea that I was even involved in that story until 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago at the most. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But while we're talking about the Cannacan, I always forget to do this. I always forget. We have where is it here? Right here. So you guys can use code GCN to save 10% on the Cannacan. I always forget to promote that. I don't know where he went. I wonder if he froze or if he lost power or something. But on Fridays, we're looking to get some more gardens up here. Seems like everybody's getting shy, or maybe it's just because there's a lot of other garden shows and we're on Friday nights. Maybe we're at the end of the week now, so maybe maybe everybody's tired of showing their gardens by the time Friday rolls around. But we want to get some new gardens up here. We want to get all the homies in here, bring all the new gromies to the chat, and spread the word. There he is. Well, that's weird. What's going on? He's here, but he's frozen. He is frozen. CB Tree's got some stuff. Yeah, I think he's still frozen back there. What up, Rue? Macho, Holy Toledo, the Mad Scientist, CB Tree, Genetic Memory Farms. The code is capital G, capital C, capital N, and you save 10%. There he is. Oh, what up?
I think it's my internet or something.
I wasn't sure if it was me or if it was you. I was looking around. I'm like, is that me? Waiting for the chat to say, nope, Ganix, you're frozen.
No, I think
Don's
it was
still
me.
talking.
Okay, I'm back.
That's what happens when you're live. You run into some difficulties once in a while. It is what it is.
Yeah, at least I have this little box here. So I said, don't panic. And I ran upstairs and grabbed it and just got off the other internet. So we're good.
Oh, yeah. See? He's got the backup plan. But yeah, so we were talking about Mo and the Good
Good
Pizza
old Mo.
podcast, and he's taken over the whole EU side of things. And so where are some of the places you've been to? You've been to Germany. You've been to MJ BizCon in Vegas. Did you do Cannabis as well?
I didn't make it to Cannabis last year. But no, we went to Vegas again this year, which was my second year there. The first year was just kind of check it out. I had partnered with Seedsman that year. So that was kind of just like exploratory. This year was a big year because I got an invite from Mario Guzman again, who Shabinsky reached out, loved the product, would love to have as a part of the vault. Made it where it was possible for me to go there. I mean, we had one of the smallest booths there, but it was still really great to be there, and so that was cool. And that led to me being able to enter the innovative product showcase over it.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, in Mary Jane last year. So
Nice. Yeah. So you won. It was the 2025 Innovation of the Year award for MJ BizCon. Is the award that you guys won, right?
yeah, pretty wild. Yeah,
Amazing. Congratulations.
yeah. No, I appreciate it. Here it is. Not too.
Nice. That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty wild, man. When I first heard about that they did that, that was like a goal of mine. I was like, I have to get there. I have to enter that and at least play somehow. And then when I entered, I found out there was only one place. So I was like, oh crap, it's all or nothing. And thanks to the community too, you know what I mean? Beyond the product, this was people had to go and share their voice a little bit, and they did. They came out in droves. They actually said we won by a landslide. So that was pretty cool. So, I can't thank the people in the community enough. And one of the things that for me, it was more than beyond the brand. It was a personal achievement. That's probably one of that's the biggest achievement in my life. Let's be real. You know what I mean? I mean, I take a lot of pride in being a dad, but second to that, um, beyond the brand, it was be able to do this thing, set this goal, and actually go and get recognized in this industry. MJ, yeah, MJ Biz is the largest business to business cannabis event in the world. Um,
Yeah.
so I take a lot of pride in that. And on the other side, and I was thinking about this before just coming on, is like, you know, I got to accept that award. It was first thing in the morning too. So like barely anybody showed up to this thing. But it was these great people, you know what I mean? They were all there, you know what I mean? And I had, you know, the team there, like the family, my new family there. So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Vegas this year was really cool because I got to hang back out with Big Mike from 420s things, who I love. Um, my guy Macho, or I call him Machio now. Saul, Frankie's, you know what I
All
mean?
the homies. Yep.
Yeah. Uh, Blazing Arizona, that guy, every time I turn around, it's like, oh, full support over here, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
so it was cool, when I accepted the award, I saw him over in the background with his wife, and first thing in the morning on whatever day it was. And yeah, pretty cool, man. It was pretty special being there this year, and to be able to accept such an award with the gang there too supporting. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because
No,
they're
that's
friends now.
awesome.
A lot of these people in the chat, man, these are like my friends now. These are my boys and stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. We did have a question. I'm not sure whereabouts it is. I think it was before we lost you there. CB Tree asked the benefits of the Cannacan compared to direct sow. I think she does direct sowing. So
Direct sow. It depends how you're direct sowing. If you're in a tent now, one of the things that is now you're going to bring up that whole that tent up to temperature, soil temperature, and then you have to monitor moisture in your soil or whatever your substrate may be. The benefit that I like is one of them is that you can unscrew the lid and you can see the progress and the characteristics that your seeds are expressing. um you know for a couple, those are some points I find where it's beneficial. I like to see the seed. And we've all done it where we're digging around the soil. Where is it? Is it doing anything? You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, you're saving energy too, not having to warm a whole tent up or worrying about soil temperature, moisture. Um, One of the things I noticed too is because I will let those tap roots get long, over an inch long, and I think you create such a stable start that I barely have seen. I could do 200 plants and maybe lose 3 of them to like damping off and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. I was doing the paper towel, and then I was doing the direct sow, and then I switched to the Cannacan, and I've been using it ever since. So
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I like having them in this little compact little compartment right here. Sits here on this table. I can open it up whenever I want. Take a look in there, make sure that there's still water, seeds have popped, whatever the case is. It's all
And
right
you
there.
and you can plant them as they're ready. There's no rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
so if you have 5, if say you have 25 seeds in there and 5 of them pop and 20 of them haven't yet, you can take those 5 out. It's not like they all have to stay in there until the end. You can take them
and
out
and you
whenever.
and you expect consistency. You're going to get repeatable results, all the time. And listen, some people it's not for. Some people are like, man, I direct sow all the time and it works great. And I think if that works for you, then that's what you should do.
For
But I see
sure.
a lot of people that benefit from it. You know what I mean? For multiple reasons, from organization to, you know what I mean, having that control. I think crippled cannabis cowboy Adam. Um, he's got MS, and he finds it to make it super easier for him to be able to do that process. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
germinate seeds. And I've had a few other people that are disabled that find it much easier for germination. And when I first came out with this, and I was like on my first podcast trying to sell it, I was like, let me show you like how this works. And dude, I germinated and tracked 8 varieties of seeds in under 2 minutes. Good to
Yep.
go. Put them in and forget about it.
That's one thing that I love, like,
Yeah, man.
all the different strains in there, you know what I mean? But, um, yeah, I love having the 8 different compartments. Like, I can have 8 different strains. I can have 1 strain in there if I want to, or I can have 8, you know?
Yeah.
Or I can do 4, or you can do 2, whatever the case is, you know?
And what
It's
and
just
I
nice
do,
because it gives you so much room to work with, you know?
and I find it more like long term too. So when I'm done with a partition chart, and a lot of times I run multiple of them, but I just take a picture of that partition chart. And then somewhere in my plant, it might say B5. And then later on, and then when I'm done harvesting, I take that same tag, I throw it right in my bag or jar or whatever. And then I'm just like,
Yep.
okay, B5. I go back to my pictures and I go, oh, B5 is this. All right, cool. So it's, you know what I mean? I never, before I would be like sniffing plants at the end, like, what is this? What was that? Oh, I
Yeah.
screwed that up,
Well, it's funny because Bunny doesn't even write the name on her plants. Kinda like what you were just saying with the
Yeah,
jars,
yeah.
B5, right? That's
Right.
basically what she does. She'll write the number on the plant, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Which one is that one?" She's like, hold on a second, I gotta look at my list."
Yeah, that's
I'm
me
like,
too. I'm like, that's A2, this is C7, and yeah. But I'm working on a new app too, which is gonna be really good too. It's gonna take me a while to get it done, but it's gonna be pretty good. You'll be able to catalog everything, you'll be able to reference everything. You're gonna be able to go back to history, you'll be able to see trends and you know what I mean, be able to do a lot of things that way. A lot of
"Damn,
information. So all the
that's
stuff
pretty
that I
cool."
would want. I'm still trying to keep moving with it, you know what I mean? But now, like I
Sure.
said, with the way things are set up now, with having distribution, having Mo, now I'm able to focus on a lot of things that I've been wanting to do. And I'm not have to be a customs broker anymore or whatever it is, um,
Yeah.
customer service. And like he handles all of that stuff,
Well, you were doing it all at one point. You were folding instructions, you were packing
everything.
the bundles together, you were putting everything together. It was like a kid having a paper route when they were young, you know what I mean? You
Oh
were doing
yeah,
the assembly
communicating
line
with
and putting them all
everybody,
together.
creating content, like doing everything. It
Yep.
was tough. Like, yeah, Mo will never understand how valuable he is to me. Well, he probably does because I tell him almost every day. So
He does, but he's a super humble dude, and he'll never
yeah,
admit it. He'll
and
never
he
admit it.
and he really loves. Like he feels like this was. He was a little lost puppy like me, and he's kind of like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and he crushes it, man. He's
Yeah,
like his list and stuff. I tell him all the time, I hate your list, but I love them more than I hate them because he's just so organized and he's got all these apps set up, Notions and Monday and he just kills it and he makes it easy for me and he just, gives me my little to-do list. I crank it out, report back to Mo and he, takes care of everything. So it's really good to see somebody, because when you do everything and you'll come to a point where you'll find out that you kind of suck at some stuff too. You might excel in some things you're
for sure.
fair at, and some things you're just bad at. And the things that I'm bad at, he excels at. The things that we're both fair at, we work together on, and then we let each other fly doing the things that we excel in. And
Yeah,
it's really good. And he has certain passions that I don't share, so he gets excited about certain things that I don't, and vice versa. And it's really cool because when we're out and about, he's able to introduce me into things that I normally wouldn't be interested in, or or even thought of. So, big kudos to him. He better watch this because I'm saying nice things.
He better watch this. He was supposed to be here. We are gonna get him though. We're gonna do a recorded episode with him. I don't know what day yet, but we are gonna do it for sure.
Yeah, and he felt really bad about not being able to, because at first he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Ah,
Then he's like, he's working a lot, man. He's like, I'll give him credit. He's totally killing it. So
hey man, you guys are doing the launch. You guys just can't got back in stock in the US, in stock in Europe.
yeah, we just sold out on Saturday in the U.S.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
that's
it's cool, but listen, it's not like last year. Last year we sold out in 8 days. I thought I just made it. I was like ready to go to Disneyland, and then all of a sudden, the carpet got pulled out with the current global trade climate, and I couldn't do anything for almost 10 months. Where the new stock is already on its way. It's probably halfway here now, and it's double the last order. So we're moving
nice.
in the right direction. You know what I mean? And thanks a whole bunch to Seedsman and especially Tom to help guide me and help me
Yeah,
navigate
let's
a
talk
few
about that
things.
a little bit because you're locked in with Seedsman right now. You guys are working together,
Yep.
and I don't know how much I can say because we'll let you tell the story because I don't want to get you in trouble with anything, just in
Yeah.
case.
No. Well, I've partnered with them, which was a basic partnership, I guess, technically in the beginning, but it's just um, Tom's an amazing person, and I would absolutely call him a friend. Um, and he's been somebody that I've been able to. He's been advising, and he's somebody I can really turn to because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know what I mean? Before this, I was a website developer. Before that, I was a contractor. You know what I mean? Now I'm like
Yeah,
in this position, and he's been an amazing resource, and so hasn't his team. Um, so I think it's more than that basic business partnership. You know I don't talk highly of Seedsman because I partner with them. I partnered with them because I think very highly of them. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yep.
Um, Tom was the first person that was a businessman that didn't approach me like a businessman. You know what I mean? Um, and when I talk to the team, they get just as excited about Cannacan as I do. So that's a win-win. And there's not one person I've met from the Seedsman crew that I'm just like, they're just all super amazing. And
Yeah.
part of it is, a lot of his team were previous customers or whatever else that just fell in love with the brand. And so he takes on all these passionate people, and so he's built quite the team, and he's somebody to really admire and look up to, and kind of when he talks, I listen. And he's also, when I talk, he listens as well. You know what I mean? There is no arm wrestling going on there. He's a really, really good dude, and I can't say enough about him. So the partnership is great, and they're helping me logistically and everything else. And just when Tom was just like, "Dude, don't you want your life back? Let me
Yeah.
help you." And he had been telling me for forever, like, I can help you. Just let me help. Hey, Don, good to see you. Love the product. We can help you. We can help you. And it was when I went to Germany, it was just like, oh my God, I got to talk to Tom. Like, there's just too much going on, and I can't screw this up. And
Yeah.
I had
That's
met,
the thing, though. Like, even some of the best people in the whole world need help sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, as
well,
much as we want to do all this on our own, it's hard.
there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? When there were logistical, issues, I have to learn about how to navigate my way through those. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot. And, if you just have somebody that's kind of like, no, 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 you got three paths, take that one. That's all I need. I'll put the work in. You know what I mean? I just need somebody a little bit,
Little
and
direction.
when I was in Germany, I had the privilege of meeting Jorge Cervantes, and we had a great talk. And the next day he was kind of like, "Hey, you're a good dude. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice." And he was like, "You need to shit or get off the pot," and
Yeah.
ask. And so I went to Tom and I just said,
Me and Jorge had a good little chat about you.
he's a great guy, and
He is.
so I just kind of let Tom know, like, hey man, you've told me a million times that you're here to help. I'm asking, I need your help, and he's been absolutely amazing. So best decision I ever made. I'm eager for the every time to be the next time to see them again, and it's just really great.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's always good when you meet people like that along the way because, like I said, doing this on your own, it's tough. And you've already, as we talked about, gone through the whole sacrifice thing. You've put a lot up. You've put a lot on the line over the years, and it's nice to finally see you getting that help, to see you get that bit of relief. You know what I mean? So I'm
And from
glad there's
somebody,
people out there that are helping you along.
yeah, and it's from people that are listening, and it's people, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I can't say it, it's nice to be heard, "This is my baby," and they respect that, and it's nice um to work with somebody that shares those same values, because I've been, privy of some of their conversations, and the fights that they're in it for the right reasons, and their goal is always customer based. It's always satisfaction, and their passion lies in doing all of that. You know what I mean? So just to be able to, don't get me wrong, too, to have the opportunity to partner with, a company like Seedsman is great, but to know that they share similar values and they're all amazing people, like I hit it out of the park with that one. I'm very fortunate for that.
100%. And honestly, a germinating kit
Yeah,
from a
that too.
seed company. I mean,
Yeah,
like, come on, who else? What better of a company could you have partnered with? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it makes
Seeds,
sense.
germination, they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
So,
and they're
I
just a
think that's
great
super
crew.
cool. And
Yeah.
you were the very first non-seed product.
I was like there. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. There was a lot going on in the beginning, but I think it was the first, yeah, like
Which is cool.
cultivation type product that they sold outside of, like, t-shirts and like rolling paper and stuff.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
the first, yeah, which is really cool, man. Very cool. Much
Yeah,
love. Very good.
first grow equipment that they had.
Yeah, and
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 now
I appreciate.
I think they have other stuff on there now. I think you were the
They
one that
do. They took on a bunch of other
bud
things. Yeah,
trainer on there and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
Bud Trainer. They got um, I don't know. I'd have to look at the site, like on the
yeah, I
spot.
know it's been a minute since I've
Stash
been on there
Blend,
too,
and
but
yeah, they got a few things on there now.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So you got an app that you're working on.
Yes.
Um, what else you got going on? I know you've always got the wheels are always turning. I know you always got something going on up there. You got
Yeah. So
any plans for the future? Like obviously you got plans, but like any products or
yeah,
anything like
this
that that
this
you
year is this year is the year that I'm actually going to be able to focus and start developing the tray version, the final version of that, which I'm extremely excited about. Um, but it's funny how things just work out in time the way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? I was supposed to come up with this a long time ago, but all like this whole journey, you just learn, and things might seem like they're going bad, but you'll notice, like, in time, that the right opportunity pops in, and if it was too early, it would never have happened. So it's like all the customs and learning about HTS codes and learning about, like, shipping and duties actually changed the product design a little bit too, which is cool. Like, I'm integrating certain pots into the system now, so they fall under the right agricultural codes and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So I'm
nice.
pretty excited because now I'm set up logistically wise to be able to not have any issue moving these around. And I feel like I have a better end product now because the tray is I'm very excited about the tray.
Tray looks pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been looking at this thing for a while, and
Yeah. Me
it's
too.
pretty badass. It's pretty badass.
In the beginning of
Um,
that trailer from Strange Show, what I'm printing on the printer in the beginning is actually a prototype of the tray.
okay,
Yeah, so
that's
pretty
cool.
cool. Neat
That is
fact.
cool. So now that you have more time on your hands and you're looking at maybe developing some more stuff, any I know you're an outdoor grower. Is there
Yes.
any maybe extra time set aside that you're gonna get an indoor tent going on and maybe do a little small indoor grow?
I really feel like the way my life is so chaotic, and I think I would screw it up right now. Like, I think I really need to be settled to be able to do that, because I'll just screw it up. Where outdoors, I could be like, oh shit, it's been 5 days since I went out there and watered them,
Right.
and they're all like sleepy time. You hit them with the hose, and everything's back. So I mean, that works best for me. And to be honest, I really, because in the spring, Sue and I, that's where her and I like connect. We love being outside. We love working the garden. We love,
Yeah.
she does a lot of planting. I do a lot of the preparation and building. Um, so one thing I'm hoping this year, that I have a little bit of my life back, that I can spend a little bit more time in my outdoor garden, because the last couple of years, like, hey, let God's do its work. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then hope for the best, and like, you know what I mean? And then I end up with just, a bunch of trichomes and tears. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not what I want it to be, because back, before all of this, I was pretty you know, pretty involved in the garden. So I'm hoping this year I can grow a nice garden. I can spend a lot of time out there. I can care for them. So I'm pretty excited about that. And to see,
You don't
what
just
I
do
grow.
cannabis though. You guys have an actual garden. Like you guys
Yeah.
have like
Yeah. All
a
the way
real
from
garden going on.
flowers, yeah, to vegetables and whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know you got quite the extensive cannabis garden as well. So
I do. Yeah. I have a good area outside that I grow a fair amount of plants. I just, I got a 15-gallon fabric pots that I just keep re-amending every year, and I've been running those things. I don't even know, close to what I have out there now, at least 6 years, something untouched, kind of. But I've been growing
right.
outdoors for close to maybe 15 years or something like that. It's been a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this whole germinating thing didn't just come because you decided one day. This was something that's been in the works for a while.
I've been in the
You've been
garden my whole
germinating
life.
seeds. Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
I've
been
been in the
doing
garden
this.
my whole life with grandparents and stuff that had, one was a potato farmer, and the other, we always had gardens. One of my last memories of my great grandfather, over 100 years old, was him in the garden with his hoe and, cleaning stuff up. So it's been part of my life, even when I moved out of Westport, my 20s and stuff, and I had an apartment and, this close city to us, partying it up. I used to take out the trash for the landlord, so he'd give me a spot in the backyard so I could have a small garden and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like it's in my DNA. I'm from a right to farm community. My early memories were going out to the garden at dinner time and collecting enough beans or corn, tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever, and sitting on the back porch peeling, shucking corn, snapping peas. So it's been
Cool.
something we've always did, and that's something that Sue and I have a common interest in. So that's what got me into the Canacan, was that we're set up in our basement every when springtime comes. It's all full steam ahead, and yeah, we get going, and running these just make our life easier. Especially with us, we run beds. We're kind of like a no-till situation, but you have when you have your beds, you kind of organize them out, and you don't want to waste space. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you're accommodating, all that space that's out there, and all your hard work isn't for nothing.
Oh
So
yeah. No, that's cool. I always love seeing when like couples can do this together. You know what I mean? Like when I got into the whole gardening thing, I did it was because the person that I was with at the time was super into gardening with vegetables
yeah,
and flowers and all this, and I thought, well, if I do cannabis, that'll bring us closer together. But in the end, it really actually separated us farther because I wanted to do the weed thing and she wanted to do the
yeah.
vegetables, and she wanted nothing to do with what I was doing, and I wasn't allowed to touch what she was doing. So
Well, to be
I did.
honest, here it's a lot of me prepping things, and then I go out. She's like, "Oh, can you build a trellis over here? Can you do this over here?" Then she's gone. Like she, from the time she gets out of work till she'll just be lost in the greenhouse or the garden, and so I just get things up and going, and then I maintain her request along the season. And then when we get these big harvests, like, cause she's one of her specialties is like garlic. I put them in all a big basket and I take credit for everything. So it's fun, even though she's doing all the hard work.
Sorry, that person's been showing up all over the place. I just had to get him out of here.
Oh, nice. I didn't see what it was.
They didn't even say anything bad today. I just got them out before they did.
Right on.
I
Yeah, what I was,
literally every day this week I've been watching that person get kicked out of everybody's shows.
oh, really?
I did it on Monday night, and Dr. Dank Nugs, I kicked her out of his show. So I'm just gonna do it now
Yeah.
before it gets out of hand. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I was just saying Sue does all the work and I take all the credit, basically.
Hey, it's teamwork. Teamwork makes
Yeah.
the dream work, baby.
It is, man. But we love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's my favorite. It's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming. We're right around the corner. I think she's already got onions and stuff started over in there. So tis the season. We get excited for this.
Nice. No, I love it. What does it say? Get tons of bees in my greenhouse and snakes. No, thank you. You can keep the snakes.
Yeah, I got to
If I
figure
saw
out
a snake in
escaping
my
from.
greenhouse, I wouldn't be back in there. I would never go back in that thing again. That door would get sealed up shut, and that'd be the last time I ever went in.
Oh, really?
I hate snakes.
But even in Canada, it's not like you get anything harmful. They don't. Anything that's harmful never makes it through winters like that. So you're good.
Oh, we got rattlesnakes and shit here.
Do you have rattlesnakes up there?
Oh yeah. Like even like where I am, we got rattlesnakes. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, we get the Mississauga rattlers. And then of course, as you go like out west and stuff, up towards like BC and all that, they got rattlesnakes and crazy shit up there too. But
Right.
they're like they're the West Coast, like they're right there along with California, and so they get all that weird shit too.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, we're getting close to the end of the hour here. We got like 5 minutes left. Do you want to let everybody know where they can find you? I think I got all your links down below, but
Yeah, most of the things that we're doing is, we do everything on Instagram. So at the Cannacan. Right now yeah, I'm pretty psyched about, we had this great idea where to do a different kind of giveaway. So right now, I mean, go tag a friend. We're doing win it for a friend.
yeah, I like that.
So that's been going really well. So
So how do you enter
interested,
that? How do you get
yeah,
into that?
just go to the pin post that says win it for a friend and just tag a friend. And then on Friday,
Okay.
we're gonna randomly select a friend, and the person that submitted that friend too, we'll send them a little something special too. But yeah, and it's gone so well. I think you might expect it the first of every month. So
Awesome.
yeah, I think it's going to
That's
be
cool.
something that we just keep going. Yeah, so pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Everything's at Cannacan.com. If you're in Europe, Cannacan.eu. In March, we should be set up and settled for logistics into Canada and Mexico. I think we're working on like Australia and all that other stuff that's over on that side of the planet.
Hell yeah. That's super.
I've been writing some monthly blogs, so go check those out at Cannacan if you want to learn about the journey and everything else. Some facts about germination.
Nice. I think that's cool.
Yeah, much love to everybody that's in the chat, man. I wouldn't be sitting here
Oh,
if it
yeah.
wasn't for you. Seeing a lot of
Oh,
great
yeah.
people there. Yeah.
These are all the homies, man. These guys are here week in and week out, twice a week.
Yeah.
And that's why when I reached out to you two Fridays ago about doing a giveaway,
Yeah.
I didn't announce it. I didn't tell anybody. I literally thought about it that morning. I want to do a giveaway.
Yeah, right on.
And it was just because of the people that are here. They're here every week. I don't like announcing stuff like that because then you bring all these
Yeah.
extra people that aren't here. Then they show up for the giveaway. Then they never come back. So I like to give back to the people that are here.
Yeah,
week
that
in and
show
week
up.
out. So
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
this is
Like you said,
this is,
without them, we wouldn't be here doing this. So
and to be honest, a lot of that base, my OGs, were from like here, man. You know, from a
yeah,
couple few years ago. These are like, I'm seeing them all. Like Thorogood, and I see them all. I'd have to scroll through it all, but yeah, like I see Macho
oh
in
yeah,
there, and yeah, pretty cool, man.
absolutely. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming back. You
Yeah.
got to be up there with Chad Westport on this show now as one of the most reoccurring guests. You know what I mean? Like
Over the years, yeah, it's been probably close to a half dozen times, I would think by now.
I would
So
think by now, for sure, between the two shows, it would
yeah,
definitely
and
be
I've
a half
popped in
dozen
a couple
times.
times. I filled in for Tom one time when he showed up late.
Oh yeah, that's right too. I wasn't
Yeah.
actually at that one. I was working that time, but you did do that.
Well,
That
I
is
I, en-
true.
I enjoy the history here. I enjoy, the folks that are in the chat here because it's so chill and relaxed. Like I knew, the end of the day on Wednesday, hump day, that I could just come and chill out with a buddy, and it would be super casual, and we could just talk,
Yeah.
and I don't have to, be all professional and
I think it's so much better that
brand.
way. At least for me anyways. Like instead of it being like a interview where we're just gonna hammer you with questions, let's just chat. Let's just have a conversation. We'll shoot the shit and we'll see where the conversation goes. We're either gonna get gold or we're just gonna have fun. So
Yeah, 100%, man. It's all good. But yeah,
so
I
either way,
appreciate you
right?
having me back. I hope Bunny feels better. Much love to everybody that's in the chat, man. Too many to name, but
Absolutely.
this was the first time I left the chat open so I could just kind of see.
Nice. Nice.
And it's cool to be somewhere where nobody's tearing me up. Like, just put it in the dirt. I don't understand.
Right. Hey, they know that this is the Canacan place. I'm
Yeah,
always
man, you've
using the
always,
Canacan. Got the Canacan banner up here above the door.
yeah,
And
cool, man. You guys have always been a huge support, and much love to you guys.
absolutely. No, much love to you, man. You've always been a huge support for us. You've always been there every time we've asked for a giveaway. If I ever need somebody to shoot the shit with or talk to, you're always there. Like you and I have
Yeah,
had
man.
many, many conversations on the phone. So
Yeah, I love
um
it.
I appreciate that. And yeah, man.
We'll meet up. We'll
Good to
meet up
see you
someday,
again.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will. Yeah, we
All right.
will.
Well,
We're
thanks
gonna do it
again,
this
man.
year. We'll do it
Un-
next year.
Right on. Until next time, and thanks everybody.
Yes. All right, brother. Thank you very much, and we'll talk at you soon.
Right on. Much love.
All right, later, dude. Hell yeah. Don is a super cool dude. I always love chatting with him. But Friday is Show Your Grow, and we encourage everybody to come up, show your plants. You do not have to show your face. We don't. That's not a necessity by any means. We love seeing your face if you want to show it, but you don't have to. And other than that, who do we got on next week? Next week we have Mr. Grambo coming on, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna hang out with the great Gramboni. So yes, yes. Till Friday. Peace out, Gronies.